for the finer details that we're still unaware of. And I think the biggest one, at least for me, is the weather system. Now, we've seen a few hints at
the weather system in Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be perfect. With the weather system in Red Dead Redemption 2, there's lightning, there's rain. With the mud, it looks nice. Everything is, realistic. That's a whole separate engine from what they're using with Grand Theft Auto 6. Grand Theft Auto 6, they're using a new engine called Rage 9. So if all you need to know is that the game's gonna look 10 times better and more beautiful than Red Dead Redemption 2. And if you see Red Dead 2, it's an amazing freaking game. Beautiful. One of the most beautiful games out. So all you gotta say is, damn, it's gonna be perfect.
What we'll be getting from the trailers and the screenshots, but we haven't seen a full-on rainstorm in action yet. I mean, in this shot from trailer 1, it's very clearly just finished raining, but we're not seeing the rainfall itself. And then in this screenshot, it also looks like it's just finished raining, but again, we're not seeing the rainfall. The closest we have to actually seeing rain is in this screenshot, since it looks like it's raining off in the distance here. But to be honest, I'm interested in more than just the rain. I want to see how varied the weather can get. In RDR2, we got to see some pretty intense storms, so I imagine
Exactly. Red Dead Redemption 2. Everything in Red Dead Redemption 2 is going in Grand Theft Auto 6. Why are people so stupid, bro? It's Rockstar made RDR2, bruh. So of course they're gonna make their newest game one of the most anticipated games of all times. My bad. Perfect. They're trying to make it amazing where they don't have to freaking make it like Cyberpunk. They're not rushing shit. They're pushing shit back. If it gets pushed back next year, I'm gonna be even more happy. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, y'all need to understand. Like, it's not bad, bro. It's gonna be perfect.
We'll be seeing more of that, but since we're near the ocean, I think it's logical to wonder if we'll be seeing any hurricanes in the game. Now, you could argue that hurricanes are confirmed to be in the game based on this sign we can see in the bar from trailer 2, but I think this is more so just Rockstar adding
I heard we're gonna be robbing a bank. We're gonna be robbing a bank in some kind of rainstorm or mini hurricane, something like that. Theories, bro. Freaking leaks. Leaks all over the internet. It's not hard to look up Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks. Go on Reddit. There's literally 50 videos of leaked footage, leaked information out. And if it wasn't true, Rockstar would have never took them down. They're all real. It's not stupid to do, just do your research. It's not hard.
Detail to make the world feel a little bit more alive. That being said, I still think that we could see hurricanes in the game. Now, maybe it won't be a regular weather event like a rainstorm, but instead it's an event in the actual story of the game. Maybe it forces Lucia and Jason to relocate from Vice City for a while. I mean, Rockstar used a hurricane in Vice City to prevent you from leaving Vice Beach at the start of the game, so why wouldn't they do it again, except this time it forces you to leave Vice Beach. And speaking of locations, we still don't know how big the map is going to be. The mapping project has been doing a great job at piecing together what we know from the 2022 leaks, both of the...
All I know is the map is going to be close or bigger to Red Dead. Because it's 10 times bigger than Grand Theft Auto 5's map. That's all I know. GTA 4 map was pretty big. It was pretty big. Don't do that. It was big. But GTA 6, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good size. Good size. Because I have a PS5, but I'm gonna be getting nah. I'm just gonna upgrade my PC. There's this $5,000 PC I seen, all white. I want it. So when GTA 6 drops, I could do, the little mods and shit I want to do on there. Yeah. So yeah. As soon as that PC comes out, I'm copping it.
The trailers and the screenshots, but Rockstar has done a pretty good job of withholding a lot of new info. I mean, we still don't know a lot about the middle of the map, the northern parts, and we don't even know if this panhandle will be there. And for a better idea of what we really know rather than speculation, here's a map showing only the confirmed data. So Vice City seems to be the only location that has a high degree of accuracy. But one thing that I keep thinking about that no one really knows is what the map border is going to look like. Obviously, the south, east, and west have ocean to serve as the map border, but what about up north? Is it going to be ocean too, or are we going to be getting something like RDR2 where the terrain just keeps going for a while until it ceases to exist? And obviously things are a little different in GTA 6 since you can fly, but I think this is pretty solvable by just having it be restricted airspace, and if you hover over the area for too long you just get shot down. Now I would prefer them to do something like this rather than the map being yet another island, but it's not going to bother me all that much if it is just an island, and I'm leaning more towards the direction that the land continues and it doesn't end at an ocean. And that's mostly because of all of the evidence we have that points us towards there being a second state in the game, Gloriana. The website kind of explicitly states that there's a northern state.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. There is another state in the game, Gloriana. Yes, it's true. But there's no kind of proof that we'll be able to go there. But I'm pretty sure in the future, near future, when they're updating the game, DLCs on the online, we'll be able to go to Gloriana. I think it's Leonida, Florida, Vice City, Miami, and all that, and then more up towards the map is Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. That's what I think it's gonna be, but we don't know yet. It's all theories, you know. It's a theory. It's not true, but I have hopes in Rockstar. Rockstar is able to pull it off. I'm pretty sure they're able to pull it off because it says in the license plate it's a Georgia's license plate. So.
State border in the game, which implies that there is another state bordering Leonida. Now the question remains as to whether or not we'll be able to visit Gloriana, but I think it's more likely than not that the northern part of the map extends into more land. And if we can actually visit Gloriana in game, I doubt it's going to be an entire state. It's probably only going to be a small portion of it. But if we turn our attention back to Leonida, we also don't know how many buildings will have accessible interiors. The TikTok leaker claimed that there would be 70% enterable buildings, which would be insane if that's true. I think it's possible, but I don't think it's likely. The technology exists to make this happen, but you also have to ask if it's really needed in the game in the first place. Don't get me wrong, I think it would be cool, but I just think it's less likely to make it into the game. But there is some good evidence to point us toward there being a lot of interiors in the game if we look at trailer 2 and the screenshots. I mean, are these all in the same bar? I'm honestly not sure. It could very well be different bars in different locations. And then we have this screenshot where it looks like this restaurant has an interior you can actually go into. Although we can't see any NPCs in there, so I mean, who really knows? And something that we've seen quite a lot of in the—
Bro, think of Red Dead, bro. This dude, bro, people strictly go off GTA 5 and GTA 6, right? Of course. That's the last GTA game from GTA 6, like, of course we're gonna compare, you know. You can't go in all the buildings in Grand Theft Auto 5, but somehow we'll be able to go through all the buildings in GTA 6. Bro, GTA 5 was freaking made when the PS3 and Xbox 360 was out. Like, y'all are stupid, bro. It's like, people are forgetting that Red Dead Redemption is out, and it came out, and it was perfect, and it is a perfect game, and we were able to go in places, we were able to go in bars, we could kick down doors, we could go in people's houses and steal shit. Like, y'all not understanding. That's gonna be in Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm obviously not, we're not gonna go in every single building in the game, but I'm pretty sure most of the buildings we'll be able to go into and rob, like the bar, the little seafood spot near the beach, the little neighborhood we see where all the people are. Like, bro, we'll be able to do hella shit in Grand Theft Auto 6, and it's not even hidden.
The trailers and the screenshots has been social media. I mean, that was a huge part of the first trailer, all of those social media shots. And then in the screenshots, we can see NPCs with their phones out actively filming the scene in front of them. But what I want to know is, what are these NPCs doing with these videos that they're filming? Are they posting them to an in-game social media site?
Yes.
Will we be able to see videos that NPCs have filmed of Jason and Lucy as we play as them? I mean, that would be pretty awesome if that was in the game.
Yes!
But now let's move on to—
It's clearly in the game. Why do you, like, I understand y'all trying to see this. Let me tell y'all something. I mean, I ain't gonna cap. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Yes, it's in trailer 1. Yes, it's in the leaks. The app is called What's Up, parody to WhatsApp, but it's probably changed since shit got leaked. So it's probably a parody to Instagram. It's probably a parody to TikTok. They probably changed it. You never know. But I'm just saying, it might be called Tic Tac. You know what I mean? Not everything that got leaked that we saw is going to be in the game. They switched it. They probably moving it around. They did that with Grand Theft Auto 5 when shit got leaked. They just changed it. They changed the way Michael looked in Grand Theft Auto 5. The first look of The first look of Michael DeSanta in Grand Theft Auto 5 isn't the same look he has when the game came out. He looks older in the first trailer. He looked very old, and now he looks, how old is Michael? Mid-40s? Younger. Section me.
The economy. We were able to purchase businesses in GTA 5, but for me personally, it didn't add a whole lot to the game. On the other hand, Vice City forced you to purchase properties in order to progress through the story. Now,
Yes.
I'm not really a fan of either of these options, so it would be great to see some sort of middle ground. Like maybe you don't have to buy businesses to progress further in the story, but it's still worth doing because you unlock extra resources in the story because of the businesses you bought. Kind of like how the camp upgrades in RDR2 worked. They weren't necessary, but they still added something to the game and enhanced the story. I'm also curious to see how the police and wanted system works in GTA 6 compared to GTA 5, and I'm actually more curious about what features they're going to bring over from Red Dead Redemption 2, because I think that something similar to the bounty system that they have in RDR2 would be really great and cool in GTA 6. Getting wanted in RDR2 feels more impactful than any time that I've ever been wanted in GTA 5, because if you get wanted in a town in RDR2, it doesn't just go away once you evade capture or leave the town. If you come back to town after evading capture, you're going to have to either pay off the bounty or just evade the lawmen in the town. Now, I don't think that GTA 6 is going to have a bounty system like RDR2 because that just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense here, but maybe the police are just more likely to recognize you if you've committed a crime in the city, and therefore the chances of you getting caught again in that city are higher.
Now this dude is having common sense. But let me tell y'all something. In the leaks, if you do a crime, there's cameras everywhere. Not everywhere, but in certain areas. So if you do a crime near a camera, you will get recorded. And then we'll record what car you went in. And it'll be more realistic. That's how they'll find your car. That's how you get pulled over. In the game, even if you speed by a cop, I heard they pull you over. In the game, if you see in the leak in the game, Hank's Waffles mission, Lucia has to go up to every hostage in that building because the meter will go up high, and if it goes high, they will get bold and pull out their phone and call the cops. That's why you have to point the gun at every person so they know not to pull something stupid off. That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be way more realistic. It's not gonna be like Grand Theft Auto 5, a game that came out in 2013. This game is coming out in 2026, probably 2027.
Let's say you rob a convenience store in Vice City and then come back a couple days later. It would be interesting if the police would still be on the lookout for you, so
Yes,
the
they'll
only
still
way
be
you
on
could
the
get around
lookout
the
for
city
you.
is if you were disguised.
You do that in Red Dead. If you commit a crime in like freaking Saint Denis, and you go back in Saint Denis, I'm pretty sure they recognize you. Anyone that plays Red Dead or in Valentine or in Strawberry, they'll be like, "What are you doing here?"
Or just very stealthy. Similarly, I'm also hoping that the police reaction to crimes will be a little bit more realistic. And I know that GTA is kind of built on the backbone of the police AI being kind of insane, but I think we've gotten to a point.
Yes, not everything is. There's another thing that went around. I saw from someone said it. It sounds could be true, but every cop's not gonna have the same reaction. If you blow a cop's head off in front of another cop, they'll surrender. The other cop will surrender and be scared. Actually, not every cop is gonna be bold and tough, and that's way realistic. That's what I heard. It's way more realistic. It's not confirmed. I didn't see it in the leaks, but someone said it, and that's perfect theory. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not every person gonna have the balls to see someone's head get blown off. If I'm a cop and I'm working with my dog and he get his head blown off, I'm hauling ass. You know what I mean? I'm running. I ain't staying there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna bust back, but I'm gonna be, stepping back at the same time. I ain't finna stand there. Like, my dog head just got blown off in front of me.
Point in the GTA series where realism is kind of the end goal. Like, I think it would be completely fine if the police didn't start shooting you immediately if you rammed into them on the road. That being said, I still think that the police can be as insane as they want to be past like the second or third wanted star. I just think that some of the more minor crimes should have the police response toned down just a little bit. And then the final thing that I wanted to talk about that we still don't know about is the NPC interaction and AI in the game. Now, we do know a little bit about what we can expect based on some of the patents that Rockstar's filed in the last couple years, but overall we're still in the dark on this because, well, we haven't seen any game.
We're not in the dark on this. AI is perfect in the game. They're gonna respond differently. Like I said, NPCs are gonna have morning routines and night routines. Not every strip club is gonna be open. strip clubs have a certain time, and strip clubs have certain special events for like days like Friday nights. It's in the leaks.
Gameplay yet. And just to briefly go a little bit more in depth with what the patents were saying about the NPCs are going to have automatically generated responses to the environment based on what's happening around them. And at first glance, this doesn't sound like anything new, because if you look back as far as GTA 4, you could see NPCs walking around with umbrellas or newspapers over their head when it began raining. But what this new system does is provide NPCs a series of branches for actions, so that way their animation and behavior feels more unique to them. For example, if an NPC with the attribute drunk walks out into the rain, it's going to keep that drunk attribute and then pull from NPC reactions to rain. Basically, the AI is going to take into account a lot more details from the environment when deciding how an NPC reacts. And the goal of a system like this is to just create a lot more variation on the animations that we see in the game. So that way, instead of seeing the same animation of an NPC holding a newspaper over their head, we get something a little different with each NPC. And we may have already seen glimpses of this system in action based on what we've gotten in the trailers and the screenshots. But what we haven't seen at all is how Jason and Lucia will interact with NPCs in the game. I imagine that we're going to be seeing a system very similar to the greet and antagonize system that we got in RDR2, but hopefully a little bit more advanced. I doubt we're going to be able to have lengthy conversations with NPCs, but I imagine that we're going to be able to talk a little bit more about what's happening around in the environment. I'm thinking that it could be as small as something like Jason just talking about the weather to an NPC. And then the final thing that I want to talk about is character customization for Jason and Lucia. Obviously, we're going to be able to change hairstyles and clothing for both Jason and Lucia, but is it possible that we're going to be able to dye their hair? Or maybe for Lucia, get her nails done? I also think that it's
like a dude asking that question, bro. Chill out, bro. That's for the ladies. Like, be realistic, bro. We ain't even finna be playing as Lucia for real. We're gonna be playing as Jason, catching bodies, selling drugs, doing the things that we do in Grand Theft Auto. This man talking about nail polish and getting hair done. Like, we ain't doing that, all right? We taking care of business. Lucia, come on. Going on a date. We might actually be cheating on Lucia, bruh. And once I finish story mode, I'm going to be grinding on a GTA Online. I'm not even going to be thinking about story mode unless that's some grab for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's a grab for YouTube or a TikTok video. Did you guys know if you come here and you can find this dead body hidden here for weeks? Did you know that? I'm gonna be doing shit like that. Like, come on, bro.
It's incredibly likely that we're going to be able to change the physique of both Jason and Lucia.
Yes,
in trailer 2, we saw Jason working out on the beach and Lucia boxing. Yes. And I just think that it makes too much sense for this to be a stat for us to be able to change for each of the characters. And I think we'll finally find out whether or not these things are in the game when the gameplay trailer finally drops, whenever that drops. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If there's anything in this video that I missed out that you're looking forward to seeing more information about, let me know in the comments down below. Also, I'm working on a video where I go over new details that I missed from my overanalyzing trailer 2 video and point